Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Tottenham with your host Tom, previewing tomorrow's big match away for Tottenham Hotspur at Luton Town at Kenilworth Road. It is the early kickoff tomorrow, guys, at 12:30. So we go first in the next round of matches in the Premier League. Spurs sitting very, very nice after 7 games. Who would have thought we'd be saying this? 17 points, 5 wins from 7 games, and still unbeaten. The Ange train moves on, and tomorrow's game it's got all the hallmarks of a potential banana skin, hasn't it, guys? We've seen Spurs slip up in these games over recent years. Even I think it was even last season with Conte. I think we got off to a flyer. Really, I think we had won sort of 7 of the first 9 games, and then the wheels completely came off. Even with Nuno, we won our first 3 games. So, right now, obviously, we're in a really great position, but it's so important that we get the 3 points tomorrow. But I think it's not going to be as easy as it seems. Luton got their first win of the season last weekend away at Everton. They won 2-1. I just don't think this is going to be an easy game. Luton are going to make it hard. It's going to be a physical match. The crowd, it's a tiny little stadium. It's a small stadium, but they will cause an atmosphere. And if we're not on our game, we could really get undone here. So I think as long as Spurs are professional, which I'm sure we will be. I'm sure Ange will set us out, in the right frame of mind. As long as we do our jobs properly, we should be able to take the points back to North London. So, yeah, in this video, guys, again, I'll be giving you my predicted lineup for the game and also my score prediction at the end of the video. So, in terms of injuries for this game. We did receive the bad news this week that Manor Solomon has picked up a knee injury in training. He's going to be out for 2 months, probably about 2 months. Brennan Johnson, that hamstring strain that he sustained at the Emirates, he will still be missing for this game, which is a shame. So suddenly that left-handed side now, it's looking a little bit bare in terms of who we can field. Other injuries, Bentancur still out, Lo Celso still out, Brian Hill is not available. I think that's about it. I might have missed one or two. I think that's the majority of the injuries there, guys. So moving on now to the predicted lineup. I see no reason to change the formation in this game, the 4-2-3-1, which has served Spurs so well this season. So in goal will be Vicario, who has made a brilliant start to his life at Tottenham, and even in the Liverpool game last week, he made that good double save in that first half, didn't he, to deny Robertson. And who was the first save? Can't quite remember the first save. Was it Salah? It might have been Gakpo, but it was definitely Robinson on the follow up. So yeah, Vicario. I was just thinking about it earlier, just how much more assured we are now in goal with Vicario. As good as Lloris was for his time at Spurs, I think the last 2 or 3 years especially, we did see a few chinks in his armour. We weren't able to play out the back, and a big reason I think for that was because of Lloris's distribution. So, yeah, for Vicario, he's given us a calming presence, I think, in that goal, and his distribution is also good as well. We'll be playing the 4 across the back in this game. I don't see any reason to switch it. Don't see any reason to switch it to a 3. So Pedro Porro will come in at right back. He was my man of the match against Liverpool. Fine display from Porro. That little bit of skill in the second half, that drag back on Salah, was one of my moments, I think, from that match. And let's not forget, it was Porro's brilliant fizzed cross that caused the mistake by Matip. But yeah, Porro's just really impressed me this season. I said at the end of the last video, for me, I think he's Tottenham's most improved player this season. Let me know who you think is in the comments after the first 7 games this season. Who's impressed you most? Who's been the most improved player in the Tottenham team this season? Porro for me, he is. So yeah, I'm looking for another good display from Porro to provide that width, get down the outside, and I think he can provide a good outlet in this game. The first player coming in at centre back will be Christian Romero. Romero, just like the rest of the defence, we've seen Romero's game improve this season. Very reminiscent of the form that Romero showed when he first signed for Spurs. That commanding centre back, getting in there early, getting onto the ball and meeting it. Romero just looks absolutely. He's just a class act. He's just an absolute class act at the moment, and him and Mickey van de Ven's partnership, I'm so excited to see where it can take Spurs this season. So Van de Ven will be partnering him again, coming in at left centre back, and yeah, who's been the better of the two this season, guys? Has it been Van de Ven for you or Romero? For me, it's a toss up. I think they've. I couldn't really pick one, to be honest. They both complement each other so well. If Romero's getting in there early, then it's quite often that Van de Ven has the pace to cover and sweep up after him. He's impressed me on the ball. He's strong, he's big, he's commanding. He picks the right pass most of the time as well. So, yeah, those two will come in at centre back, looking to keep it really tight at Luton, and then coming in at left back again will be Destiny Udogie. Udogie, what a wonderful signing this player is turning out to be. I'm so impressed every single time I see Udogie play. He reminds me a little bit of a more improved Danny Rose, to be honest. Just in terms of the way he moves, his touch, he likes to attack. He's so good on the ball. I still can't get over his performance at the Emirates, to be honest, when he was on that yellow card for so long. The discipline that he showed in that game to carry on and not let that yellow card affect him, I thought showed a real high-class maturity in his game. So again, Udogie will come in. So that back four again will be Porro, Romero, Van de Ven and Udogie. And then moving into the double pivot in midfield, again, starting will be Yves Bissouma. Now, Bissouma, absolute class showing, especially in the second half against Liverpool. Again, I was loving him driving us up the pitch, getting involved in the play. I still think there's more to come from Bissouma, to be honest. But such is his potential, and such as the performances he's been putting in this season, that I would say that, because overall his performances have been 8 or 9 out of 10 every single game. So he's showing some brilliant form at the moment, and we're going to need him in this game. We're going to need him to keep the ball moving, tracking back, harrying their players and forcing them into mistakes. So yeah, just more of the same from you, Bissouma, more of the same. Partnering Yves Bissouma, Pat Matasar will come in. Those two have formed a great little partnership this season. Partnerships all over the place really in this team. But the Sarr-Bissouma partnership has been excellent, and it's such an upgrade, isn't it, on that Højbjerg and Skip partnership that we've had for the last couple of years. I was a little bit hard on Sarr in my last video. I think my last pre-match video before Liverpool. He did impress me against Liverpool, though. It's the little things with Sarr that you miss in the match, and then it's only then on the highlights and the replays that you see, he did get his foot in, and he was, putting 110% in, showing that quality on the ball. Now, I've been really impressed with Sarr this season, and him and Bissouma have been a big reason, I think, as to where and as to why Spurs have been so good, dominating that middle of the pitch, So those two will be starting again for me. Then moving into the front three. First of all, on that right hand side, again, he's locked down that position for me right now. It will be Dejan Kulusevski. Starting to see a really, really good form of Kulusevski this season, after a disappointing last season, let's be honest, last season. But yeah, Kulusevski, I think, he's getting on the ball, he's taken on his man. Fair enough, we might still not be seeing that end product that we saw when he first burst onto the scene in terms of goals and assists, but he does provide a really, really good outlet on that right-hand side. Normally picks the right pass. I love the little layoffs. I love the jinking runs that he makes. And yeah, for me, Kulo has definitely got that position on lockdown at this moment in time. Playing in that number 8 again, that attacking midfielder role will be James Maddison. Let's hope he's over that knock that Ange said that he was playing with before Liverpool. But yeah, Maddison, what more can we say about him? Widely claimed now as the signing of the summer across the Premier League. I'm not even quite sure how many assists he's up to, but it must be 4 or 5 with a couple of goals in there as well. So yeah, no, Maddison has definitely added something to this Tottenham team that we just haven't had in the last 3 years, ever since Eriksen left. But yeah, Maddison is definitely our playmaker now. Everything comes through him. That beautiful pass to play it through to Richarlison in the Liverpool game, where eye of the needle kind of stuff, and it was Maddison mainly that made that goal for Tottenham. So he starts for me. And then on the left hand side, listen, this is a tough one, because if Johnson was fit, he would be my pick. And then Manor Solomon has also impressed me this season as well. And I think it's a blow that Solomon's injured now for these 2 months, especially when you consider that Perisic has done his ACL at the start of the season, and we're not going to see him probably all season. So that's 3 players on that left hand who could potentially play in this left hand side role. So, after a decent performance, I would say, against Liverpool, Richarlison is going to be playing out there. It was an okay performance for me against Liverpool. He did set up the goal for Son in that first half. Should have had a goal, if you ask me. But, willing runner, and, probably deserves to keep his place, I would say, especially after what he did in the Sheffield United match, and bringing us back into that game. So for Richarlison, we do need to see a good showing for him in this game, because Johnson should be back for the Fulham game, the game after the Luton one. So yeah, so let's just go through that midfield again. So Basuma and Pat Matasar will be in that double pivot, with Richarlison with Maddison just ahead of them, Richarlison on the left, Kulusevski on the right. Playing down the middle as our striker in this game will be Heung-min Son. Sonny's just on fire at the moment. How many goals is that for the season? 5, 5 in his last 6. So brilliant form by Son. Just looks so lethal, I would say, in front of goal. We know what is we know what he can do in front of goal, especially when he's one-on-one. We're just seeing these clinical finishes. Another beautiful finish against Liverpool. What I'm really impressed with Son at the moment is just his ability to get in the box and get on the end of things. We saw that at Burnley, where, to be fair, the service has been brilliant into him, but it's just one touch out of his feet, and then you just know what the result's going to be. It's usually in the bottom corner. So yeah, Son, would love you to get another goal in this game. Absolutely love you to. So we move now onto the prediction. So, as I said, guys, at the start of this video, I if anyone's expecting this, I think, to be 4-5-0 Tottenham, I don't think it's going to be like that. I really don't. I think Luton are going to set up to frustrate us. We're going to have to be patient. We might have to wait until the second half before we break them down. But I am going to go for a 2-0 Tottenham win. Okay. So I do think we're going to get the 3 points. But as I say, I don't think it's going to be until the second half until we do break them down. If we do get an early goal though in the game, yeah, maybe that will force Luton out, and maybe we could get more than two. But I'm going to be conservative. I'm going to stick with the clean sheet and the 2-0 scoreline in this one. And for me, I think the goals are going to come from Son, and yeah, all right. I'll stick my money on Richie as well. I think it's going to be a goal for Sonny and a goal for Richarlison in this game, which will be great for his confidence. So yeah, that's my prediction. What's your prediction, guys? Are you confident going into this game? You know, is this a potential banana skin? Are you worried? For me, I am a little bit nervous, if I'm being honest. But I think that's just years and years of supporting Spurs and just worried about going into these games. This is our last game before the international break. If we can get the 3 points in this game, it puts a serious marker down, because after that we've got a game against Fulham and a game away at Palace at the end of the month. 2 more winnable games. So we could be absolutely flying, in the next 3 games. Let's concentrate on this one though. Let's make sure we do a professional job and take the 3 points. Nothing silly in this game. So yeah, let me know, guys, if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, like this content. I will be putting out a post-match reaction video after the game at Kenilworth Road tomorrow. But guys, thank you very very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and as always, come on you Spurs.